Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel for another interesting review and another export from Bavaria. This is from Fürst Wallerstein Castle Brewery, and it's an export. So Wallerstein is a municipality and former principality located in Donau-Ries region in Schwaben in Bavaria. So it's the southwest of Bavaria, and this brewery is giving a really nice impression to me. Really interesting history about it. The Wallerstein is not only a town but also a castle, so it's a royal brewery. You see, the gives quite royal impression. The family's coat of arms is right here, and so on. All in all, very interesting brewery this. I love castle breweries, and this castle is looking absolutely amazing in my opinion. Feel free to check out the brewer's website. I linked to it in the description box below. As always, there's a lot of information and pictures right there. I would love to visit them one day. Beautiful castle located in beautiful Bavaria. And they're also brewing beer. What could be better? I'm gonna read some information about this brewery, which I found on their website. Fürst Wallerstein Brewery. Over the last 400 years, special artisan beers have been brewed lovingly and with passionate dedication in the principally brewery situated at the medieval Schlossberg in Wallerstein. The House of Wallerstein stands for European high nobility and artisan mastery in equal measure, and is thus predestined to represent the harmonization of enjoyment and lifestyle, tradition and modernity, past and present, regionality and internationality. With passionate dedication, we invest in selected raw materials from our home region, such as the world-famous Spalter aromatic hops. In Wallerstein, we are still personally acquired with our suppliers. This close relationship with the surrounding region, deeply rooted in our own territory, is what makes the Wallerstein beers so distinctive. Over many generations, our master brewers have consistently guaranteed the quality and continuity of the princely beers. Many years of experience, coupled with their diligence, their precision, and their sensitivity, ensure that every single brew reflects the unique character of Wallerstein beers. Our beers are stored in ideal conditions in the legendary vaulted rock cellars beneath the site of the former medieval Wallerstein fortress. They have time to mature, and we avoid any form of speeding up the fermentation process. Depending on the variety, the beers are stored under the mountain for 4 to 6 weeks at constant low temperatures, a long time in our hectic world, but an investment in perfect taste and good digestive properties. All the world is talking about craft beer, about its innovative and artisan flair, the creativity of the bottles. The princely beers from the Wallerstein brewery have been traditional artisan products since 1598. Whether in the past or the present, they have always been craft beers before the term was even invented, and will remain so long after they have disappeared. And some more information, of course, regarding the raw materials and art of brewing. Wallerstein brewing was first documented in the year 1598. For us, this tradition is clearly an obligation, and nobody in the brewery is resting on these laurels. Just the opposite. Tradition can only be maintained through sustainable innovation. In times in which products are becoming even more exchangeable, a centuries-old brand must remain topical. We use only the very best ingredients for our beers. Carefully selected aromatic hops from the direct surrounding area, malt from the region, water from the rice area, and fermentation in our own rock cellars. All this makes Fürst Wallerstein beers so digestible, a taste of lifestyle in the best sense. Our suppliers are from the region and we know them. The brewing kettle and the vault kettle are the components in which our master brewer conjures up his creations. He lays down how much hops, which aroma, and how much original vault his composition should contain. His ability, coupled with much experience and finesse, go into creating the taste experience offered by the brew, for which the princely beers are renowned far and wide. Brewing is a handcraft. It can be systemized, it can be industrialized, it can be standardized, and the product hyped up to a homogenized taste experience for mass consumption. This is not our approach. Brewing is an art. For centuries we have brewed our beers at the same place using ancient family recipes. We naturally only use the best hops and malt from our region, and we understand our craft is an art form to create unique brews, art that one can taste drop by drop. Our beers are brewed with three ingredients and love. Fermentation is a process, not a production parameter that one can influence at random or in response to commercial pressures. We give our beer the time it needs to become a real indulgence. And there's some more information about the Wallerstein coat of arms. More than 800 years of family history have led to the creation of a lifestyle that manifests itself in many creating facets of the Oettingen Wallerstein family of today. The Fürst Wallerstein brewery has recently transposed this traditional yet worldly style to its beers and created a completely new brand design as the distinctive brand mark for the new Fürst Wallerstein product world. The Andreaskreuz, which means St. Andrew's Cross, truly stands for princely enjoyment and lifestyle. The coat of arms, as it has developed since the 13th century, displays the so-called Munkschuddwehr, which is Siberian squirrel skin overlaid with the St. Andrew's Cross and flanked by two brackers, sandhounds. The art of labeling. Labeling is typically a frustrating process for noble houses. The art of labeling is, however, a burden that can be decidedly pleasurable. For example, in the case of our branding for beer, water and soft drinks from the House of Wallerstein, it's fun to shape one's own future. Shelf appeal has nothing to do with sex appeal, or does it? Products need to be sexy in order to be recognized and purchased. Here, shelf appeal means that irresistible rummaging around in the shelves at the point of sale, so it's imperative to present oneself in such way that one doesn't get overlooked or disregarded. Red and gold have been the colors of the princely house since time immemorial. Today the color red is assignated, amongst other things, to fire, courage, patriotism, blood, the sun and loyalty. Psychologically, the color red is said to have an exciting, provocative effect. It's also seen in connection with vitality, passion, strength, and dynamism. Tradition is not about worshipping the ashes, but about passing on the fire. This saying is assignated not only to Thomas Moores, but also to many other clever people. We can speculate about who said it first, but this sentence epitomizes our doing, and it says a lot about the basis on which the House of Wallerstein thinks and acts. a process that was also applied to the development of our brand new design. The princely family. The history of the princes of Oettingen-Wallerstein goes back around 900 years, and the House of Wallerstein is one of the oldest remaining high nobilities in Europe. Wallerstein has been ruling an ancestral seat of the dynasty since the 17th century. In addition to its core business of forestry and agriculture, the family's business interests include the brewery and real estate, as well as the development and marketing of princely licensed brands and enterprises in the field of alternative energy. Furthermore, during the time of ruling princes, the family had already made a name for itself in public service relating to the arts and culture. To the present day, the dynasty is a major sponsor and patron of European cultural life, pursuing its social responsibility primarily in the preservation of monuments. It was and still is characterized by great names and great deeds. In the 18th century, Oettingen-Wallerstein became an important independent country. The ruling figure at this time was Prince Graf Ernst, who governed from 1773 and was elevated to the rank of imperial prince in 1774. In many ways, he was regarded as being open-minded. He was particularly interested in building up his library, which still provides the majority of printed works in the library today. His court orchestra approached international status. The most significant composer in Graf Ernst's service was Antonio Rossetti, who lived 1750 to 1792. Prince Ludwig was the Oettingen-Wallerstein dynasty best known salesman and prince. He was the Kronobersthofmeister, which means crown major domo, and from 1832 to 1837 Bavarian Minister of Interior, and during the revolutionary upheaval of 1848 to 1849 administrator of the Foreign and Cultural Affairs Ministry. Contemporaries such as Goethe recognized him as an important art collector, and they built up the Oettingen-Wallerstein collection, part of which purchased by Ludwig I for his own collection. Modern family with history. On the face of it, the motto vigilance and loyalty appears to be a little dated. For a family that has existed for over 900 years, however, it is highly topical and also indispensable. Be faithful to one's history, but always vigilant and loyal in order to able to exist for another 900 years. After more than 30 generations, today's head of the family is Moritz Fürst zu Oettingen-Wallerstein. He is married to Princess Lioba, born Princess zu Löwenstein, Wertheim, Rosenberg. They have 3 children: hereditary Prince Karl Eugene, Prince Ludwig Maximilian, and Prince Friedrich Alexander. The elder son, hereditary Prince Karl Eugene, manages the business of the Fürst Wallerstein group of companies. Managing director, leader, manager of the princely business areas, family man and sportsman, widely traveled, very busy polyglot. Dedicated to nobility, but down to earth, tradition forms an important anchor to him. But life is here today, and most importantly tomorrow. Tradition is not about worshipping the ashes, but about passing on the fire. Networker and entrepreneur, manager of the family's seat, Wallerstein Castle and Baldern Castle, family person, sportswoman, horse lover, outdoor fanatic, and much more. Last but not least, mother of 5 collective children, the heart of the family. This is Prinzessin Anna. And that's some history about this brewery, information about it, and about this specific one, their export. It's possible to read the following on their website. They do of course also have many other interesting different beers, typical Bavarian beer styles. a bottom fermented export beer brewed with 12.5 original gravity, which is Vort strength. A golden yellow mouth feeling smooth and well balanced beer to be enjoyed in the convivial company or when relaxing at the end of the day. Sounds really nice, and that makes us head over to the tasting part of this review. As you can see, thick bottle type, often used by smaller brewers in the area of Bavaria, which this one is coming from. I'll show you the cap right here with the coat of arms. On a closer look of the label, you see the coat of arms looks quite royal impression, and that of course something that fits nice since it's a royal beer from the royal family Wallerstein. Here's the back label as well. Export. It was a while since I had an export beer style before on the channel. I've had a few exports before, if I remember correctly. Export or Dortmunder is a little bit stronger in alcohol content compared to the normal Helles often, and a little bit more taste in it also comparing to the mild Helles. Not as much strong hops character as a Pils, of course, but something in between. So I think export is a very, very great beer style. Export or Übersee, which is at least Tuscher is calling their export Übersee, and that's of course a name that fits nice for a beer from the style export. This one is going to be really nice to try. Im Felsenkeller gereift, Fürst Wallerstein, seit 1598 in Bayern gebraut. Fürsten Original Export. And Fürst Wallerstein. Seit Jahrhunderten wird am Wallersteiner Felsenbier nach uralten Familienrezeptur gebraut und im legendären Felsenkeller zu perfekter Reife gebracht. Ein typisches bayerisches kräftiges Exportbier in der Tradition der Fürsten zu Wallerstein. Zutaten Wasser, Gerstenmalz, Hopfen. Fürst Wallerstein Brauhaus.de, link to the brewer's website. I'll link to it in the description box below, of course. Alcohol content is 5.2. Fürst Wallerstein Brauhaus GmbH, located in Wallerstein, of course. Here is a hashtag Fürst Wallerstein and hashtag craft beers since 1598. I think it's the first time I see a hashtag on a smaller brewer like this. This is a royal brewer, castle brewer. Here is also a link to a Facebook webpage, a link to Instagram page also as well. You can see it right here, probably, which also is not that often that you see on these smaller brewers. It was a little bit unexpected. Usually it's just telephone number, not even website. Here's the link to, or here's the logo of a Bayerisches Bier, something that you might recognize. Anyway, I'm really thirsty of this one, so let's open this one up. The Fürst Wallerstein Export. Gonna be nice to try this one. Something different comparing to the Helles. A little bit different in taste, this export style. And let's pour it up. Let's see if it's a little bit darker than the Helles. I don't know that. But that's something that we can see in its appearance, typical for this style. Beautiful with all on the bubbles raises up. You see that? Hopefully, looks so fantastically beautiful. And the white compact foam head, one finger foam head, keeps the right taste in the glass. Very important to build up that. Maintain it all the way through. Also, it's a quality sign. I love the white crown. That's a must about beers. Simple as that. Let's get the aroma. Really, really nice. Fantastic flavor of the aroma. Easy to feel that it's a high quality export. Not as mild as Helles, not as much strong hops taste as a Pils. Just something in between, which is a great export. So I think this one is gonna be really nice. High expectations of it. So let's taste the Fürst Wallerstein export. Prost! Yeah, this one is great. I honestly recognize that it's an export. It doesn't have the mild aftertaste which you get in a Helles, and it of course doesn't have the strong fresh hops taste that you get in the Pils style, especially in the German Pilsners that have this typical very strong hops bitterness taste that it's so pleasant and so refreshing. This is maybe something in between a Pils and Helles. An export is a pale lager that is full flavored, full beer. So it's something really, really nice. That's a real fantastic aroma with nice hops aroma of it, I would say. Great high quality of the raw materials. I actually don't remember what type of hops that were used for this beer. I just have to look it up, I think, because I'm interested in the different different hops used by different breweries. Sometimes it's Hallertau, it's Select, it's Spalter, and many more. Let's see if I found it anywhere. No, it doesn't seem like that. I know that I was reading about it, so a little bit frustrating, of course, but this one is so nice in taste. Really fresh and easy to enjoy. What more to say? It's a great export, this one from Fürst Wallerstein. Really great in every way. Decent impression that I'm getting of this brewery, definitely. It's really nice in its taste. So great. Great taste. I don't find which hops type there is. I know I was mentioning, so I have to look at my review again. Anyway, the important thing is that this is a recommendation, big recommendation. Fürst Wallerstein, very decent one, very nice taste and very nice brewery. check out their website and find their beers and try them, because you won't be disappointed, I can promise you that. My high expectations of this one didn't disappoint me at all. I'm very satisfied with this one. This is why I love to do my reviews. Drinking these fantastic beers, and this is a really fantastic one. Fürst Wallerstein Export is a great beer. Also, I like the variety. Sometimes Helles, Pils, Export, Schwaben, and many others. There are so many different German beer styles that is traditional, fantastic, that taste really nice, and they're all according to the German purity law, which of course is a must. I don't drink beers that aren't to the purity law. I don't drink often untraditional from untraditional breweries. I don't drink from breweries outside Germany, and so on and so on and so on. With that said, hope you continue to follow my channel for more interesting beer reviews. Like, comment, subscribe, and see you again in the next German beer review.